All right, here we are. My name's Jared. I'm in the North Woods. Welcome to the North Woods. So we've got this generator, came with the property. Hasn't been, I haven't tried to start it yet. Brought this crappy made in China years ago. I don't know, I ran it once. That thing runs on 2-cycle. So I got one of these made to mix with 1 gallon. Bought a 6-gallon tank, filled that full of fresh fuel. Found this, what I assumed was a 1-gallon tank in the property here, and found an old gallon jug that makes me think that's a 2-gallon tank. So this is made for chainsaws or whatever. So this is made exactly for 1 gallon. So I eyeballed that thing to about half full with one of those. So that's 2-cycle to run the generator that I know works, but that thing's only 900 watt, 1200 peak, 900 watt total. Now this thing here has got a Briggs & Stratton 8 horsepower motor. That generator on the back says MM4500. Now, that's a master mechanic generator attached to a Briggs & Stratton engine. I'm assuming that 4500 means it can put out 4500 watts. Check the air filter. Air filter looks good. Put that back together. I did not check the spark plug, but we're just going to go ahead and give it a shot. The oil, I looked in it once, and I'm going to go ahead and just top it off a little bit. I just got some, where's that? Got some cheap 30 weight. We'll put that in there. Not really worried about spillage. That oil, you know, actually, I talked to one guy. He said on his generator, he just fills it until it spills out, and that works great for him. This looks like it is full. But I'm going to make sure. So there's a little bit of color in there. You know, it's blackish, but it's also, it's not opaque. I can see the threads for the cap. I can see the threads through the oil. So that's oil. Air filter looks good. It has no gas, so see if I can do this without making a huge mess. Now, there's this electric from God only knows what decade. It looks like this used to be, so that's just a Romex connector on the end of this. Actually, that might have a plug in there. Yeah, it does. So it looks like, now this won't quite reach. The plugs are on the back end back there. This won't quite reach. What they've done here, well, that's a really weird looking plug. I need to look at the back. Oh, I see. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see that, but that's not our standard plugs out here. So that's probably why this Romex connector was on there. They probably had a regular extension cord. I'll work on that another time. For now, I bought a couple 100-foot, you know, heavy-duty outdoor. They're supposed to be good to push 15 amps all the way down. I got a couple of those running out to the shop. It's a 6,500 square foot shop out there, well, barn shop, whatever. I'll show you all that later. But they've got this thing semi-permanent. They ran the exhaust out through a pipe, and then there's a little muffler outside of this. They call this a garden shed. I don't know what we'll call it. Power barn for now. I'd get some solar, probably put some batteries in here. Let's see if I can get some gas in here. I think we all hate these things, so I'm going to try to do this without it, without making too much of a mess. Yeah, we're going to make a mess. See if that works any better. Oh, this is going to take forever. There is a funnel somewhere. I'll go find it. Really just need enough gas in here to test it. This thing. Oh, that's what I'm missing. Let's try that again. There we go. Alright, let's see how much we got in there. That should give her a rest. Alright, we got oil, hopefully we got air, we got fuel. Moment of truth, do we have power to the shop? Let's see here. Do we have a... Never bothered to check for a prime or choke or anything else. Looks like that's what we got here. Alright, so that's gonna be the choke. Make sure there's not a petcock or something blocking the fuel. Yep. Oh shit. There's a second oil back here. Yeah. That one looks full just like the other one. Alright, so petcock. So we got that all the way clockwise. Let's see if that does anything, otherwise I'll flip it back. Let's try that the other way. There it goes. Alright, so choke did something. Alright, which way? Okay. Petcock is to the right. Let's put that choke in the middle. Okay, so petcock left. Ooh, that's one. All right, so I'm guessing this board with the nails down here was bracing it so it doesn't walk away. Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that. All right, so this is the shop. Oh, sorry. This is the shop. I'll show you all around later. What I love about it is this fieldstone. The whole shop is all fieldstone. Really nice, well built. This is the heat for the shop. It's a wood burner. I cleaned probably 30 gallons of ash and debris out here. You wouldn't believe all the crap that was in here. Glass vials of something, some metal, well, obviously nails, staples, some other plastic, and I don't know what all else. But I got that all cleaned out. This seal here, which is that fireproof rope, could use replacing. I could barely close this. There's a tray to get most of the ash out. I found this little ash scraper, got as much of it as I could. But the chimney I have not checked, so I'm not going to start a fire in here until I can make sure that this is all clear. I'm probably going to have to get up on the roof, get some long chimney brush, something or other. There is a clean out down here. I haven't looked in there yet. Where'd that? Got just battery power right now on this one little shop light. There's a little bit of debris in there, but not like a big pile or anything. So with any luck, the chimney is clear and this thing's ready to roll. This is that extension cord I got running from the other building. I mentioned it's one of those heavy duty ones, can transfer 15 amps all the way down. Now this wood burner here has a blower on the back to send the heat out into the shop. So that's one thing that's going to use power. Just a small blower fan, shouldn't draw too many amps. But this place is, let me pick you guys up. So you can see that there is some wiring in here. There's actually, this whole place is wired to run off of that generator. They used to make Christmas decorations or something like, I think they did some trees, wreaths, I don't know what. I've found just all kinds of stuff. I'll take you around and show you a little bit later. For now, I just want to take a hike, so I think I'll take you guys with me. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see me very well, but thought I'd show you one more thing on the way to the woods, which is just beyond this wall here. Some of these rafters are splitting. There's one there, one there, one there, one there. So these 4 rafters are split. There's another one over there. I don't know if there's any others. My realtor, he's a good guy. He's gonna pick up some 2x6s. He's gonna be out here in a couple of days, and we're gonna sister these up. And I'm thinking I'll probably prop a couple on the from the ground up, just to give it some extra reinforcement. The worry is if we get 6 feet of snow this winter, and I'm not going to be here all winter. I have to go get the other property ready to sell. So we don't want this collapsing while I'm gone. Again, you can see some of that wiring. There's light there, there's a light there, and it goes all the way down, up ahead. There's a loft
back there. I'll show you guys in a little bit. But anyway, we don't want this collapsing. This definitely needs a lot of, I mean, I'm thinking I'm going to replace the whole roof. It's a shingle roof. It's leaking all over the place. Going to have to replace anything that's rotted. I'm probably going to put a metal roof on here. But that's got to wait until I sell the other property. So, yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys that. Now we'll head off to the woods. Alright, you'll have to forgive me, I'm new to this. It's my first time trying to walk with a camera. So, for all of you wondering why I'm not showing a whole tour of the buildings, partly because they are full of junk. If you watched the video I posted of all the tools that they left behind in the shop, you'll see that's just a taste. Another reason is I don't know how easy it would be for some of you smart guys to find where I'm at, but I don't want random strangers showing up saying hi, so that's another reason. Thirdly, I take care of an elderly family member. There is a house on this property. That's where they're staying, and we definitely don't want intruders there. So, I'll show you a little bit of that building I was just in. This side is only got the fieldstone on the foundation. So it's almost 100 feet long on this side. It's over 60 feet the other direction. You can see how tall it is. There's a loft over half of it. That shop I was in that has the fieldstone all the way around, it has a loft above it. So altogether, right around 10,000 square feet of usable space. If I can get that generator running, it's all wired for power. Not sure how much I trust the electrical that's in there. I mean, you know, there's maybe a couple of grounded outlets. I don't think there's any ground fault interrupt outlets. A lot of the wiring, I mean, you know, there's some of the modern plastic sheath, and then there's some of that old fiber sheath, and some of it might even be exposed. I did find a lot of ceramic insulators all over the place, in boxes and stuff. Previous owner left a lot of stuff behind. We already hauled out a 20-yard dumpster full of stuff, and I could probably use another one. Now, I did start to burn some of it. There was snow on the ground, and it's easy to burn when there's snow on the ground. I don't have snow on the ground right now, so I don't know if I should be burning or not. I'm going to get in touch with the rangers. This is all surrounded by national forests, all three sides. Well, 3 out of 4 sides of us is all national forest. So, yeah, we're out in the sticks, literally. I couldn't even get people to help me unload the moving truck. Obviously, the truck driver came out. He's a cool guy, too. He could not find any local labor, you know, through the Chamber of Commerce or anywhere, or through his national moving company. Nobody could come out here. So the moving company that I paid to move me actually paid me to unload my stuff from their truck. So, yeah. In case you're wondering, we've got a lot of fir, a whole lot of fir. There's also a lot of birch. Unfortunately, now I'm not well, I don't even know what the word is it arborist? I'm not a tree expert. I'm gonna learn everything I can from the locals. Obviously, there's a lot of loggers and millers, sawyers out here. So I'll learn what I can from them. Might take a class. There's a way to sell lumber to be used in construction that I can take a class for, so that's one way to make some money. Oh, I haven't mentioned. So you saw the fieldstone wall in the shop. There is also, I don't know if you can see this, there's some boulders right there. There is boulders everywhere. You know, when you get up north, a lot of these, they call them glacial erratics, from when the glaciers receded. They just dropped the rocks wherever they were. So I'm kind of hoping, you know, I can work with wood and metal just fine, but I'm not a mason. So, oh, here's a nice one. Let's go check that sucker out. Got lots of kindling just laying everywhere. But if I can, I'd love to learn to split this stuff. You know, it's just, it's everywhere. All along here. Back by the shop, there's a boulder, I guess. It's just peeking up out of the ground. My realtor told me that with the freeze and thaw cycles, it pushes these boulders up from below ground. So every year they just pop up all over the place. There's I don't know if that's the same pile I showed. There's a whole other pile. Nice hardwood tree right there. I'm not sure if that's alive or dead. It looks like there might be some damage. So that's something I can harvest. Not sure if this one here is it looks like a really nice birch there. I started to say the previous owner did allow a logging company to come through, and I believe they took aspen specifically. So I'm not likely to find any mature aspen. I was hoping to find a lot of cedar, and everybody knows why you want cedar. There does not appear to be a lot of cedar. I did find one stand. It looks like they had taken a few cedar trees out, and then let me see if I can find an example. Not right here, but yeah, so I don't know species very well again, but you see here how you have all these small trunks coming out of one little spot. Maybe at one point something was chopped down here and then these just all sprouted from around the stump. I don't know. That it's just a guess. I got a lot to learn before I know these things, but there's a stand of cedar where it's a whole lot of them, only yay big, coming up from like a few different locations, like just in a row. And they may not be mature, they may not be fat and good for, like, you know, huge beams, but what they would be good for is fence posts. So I think I'm going to take those out and start making some sort of a corral, because I definitely got to get some horses out here. No, I've never owned a horse, and I have a lot to learn. I've been, you know, like some of you people watching on YouTube might know, you can learn a lot on YouTube. The property goes for about a half a mile by a quarter mile. So 80 acres. For now, I'm going to attempt to acquire some more land out here somewhere. I just would like as much as I can get my hands on. Obviously, there's a lot I can do with 80 acres. Oh, and you can tell they did mow some paths through here. So what was going on is the previous owner, elderly woman, and across the highway, or whatever you want to call it, there's one road that goes along this property on the long edge, which is nice. It's a paved road, so I've got access. Like, if I were to follow this trail here for less than a quarter mile, I'd hit that road. And so these are basically snowmobile paths. There's actually somewhere down there, there's a sign for snowmobile. Now I can opt out. I can basically tell people I don't want them snowmobiling on my property. I haven't made a decision on that yet, because my intention is somewhere out here, maybe even right there where I was just standing. You can, I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but so now I'm standing in kind of a low spot, and so there's a little high spot right there, and this is where a few different paths converge. So I was thinking somewhere on a high spot. Oh, and there's an even higher high spot through there. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, and look, a whole another row of boulders I can use for a foundation, or if I can split them or get a nice saw, maybe make some tiles. I would love to have a granite floor. I do believe most of these are granite. Now when you look at the fieldstone wall, there's the odd sandstone, possibly limestone. Again, I'm not a mason, I'm not a geologist, I don't know all the rocks, but I have been to Egypt and been to the quarry in Aswan where it's all rose granite, and so I can definitely recognize there's some of the rose granite and some other darker granite or other types of metamorphic rock. I love stone, you know. You don't have to worry about it rotting, you don't have to worry about it rusting. So you do have to worry about the mortar flaking, and some of it might need to get repointed. The foundation has got a couple of gaps. I'm going to want to get a cement mixer out here for sure. Mix my own mortar. I can get a truck out here, obviously, but I'd rather do as much of this stuff myself. It's bad enough I got to buy lime mortar or Portland cement or whatever. Here's a nice stand of hardwood. Here's something I hadn't noticed yet. Some junk. There's not a lot of this, which is nice. There's very little garbage or debris on this land. It's starting to snow. Is that snow or sleet? It's so loud it sounds like sleet, but it just looks like snow. Ton more boulders. So about half the property. Oh wow, yeah, that's some nice. Oh, beautiful. Let's see if I can get a good shot of this. There is some nice striped stone there. A few huge boulders. Yeah, didn't mean to put that cut in there. Hit the wrong button. I didn't bring the remote with me to stop and start and whatnot. Oh, so in case you didn't read the description, I launched a drone. I bought the cheapest drone there was. You know, it was like $40 or 40 some bucks on Walmart's website. I think it was half price from what it usually is, which I don't even know. It might have been the actual price, but got it up above the trees here, and the wind caught it and right across into the neighboring property. I didn't go after it. It wasn't worth it. Probably never find it anyway. So I do need to find me a good drone. I want one that knows where it's at so that if it loses signal, it can return to where it started all by itself. So if anybody has any suggestions. Now, I'm on a budget until that other property sells. After that other property sells, I'm getting a tractor, a mill. I'd like to get a bigger truck. This property did come with a truck. It's a Ram 2500 with a 5.7 Hemi. It's got the super cab. It's got a topper. It's got a plow. There's a trailer, small enclosed trailer. It's nice if you want to haul around a few Harleys, but I don't want to haul around a few Harleys. I need to be able to haul a tractor and some logs. Oh shoot. Did not realize I turned all the way around. I meant to go that way. So let's try this again. Took too many right turns. So that was a chunk of the woods. Got some wildlife in here. Something crawling around down in there. Not going to worry about it right now. Could be a raccoon, could be a rabbit. Don't think it's a bird. Probably would have flown away if it was. So now here we have what I'm hoping could be pasture. So this goes, and I'm trying not to show you the house, but this goes down a ways. There's a creek down there. I can't remember if you have to go through the trees. There's a little kids' playhouse. There's a couple of dilapidated structures. But yeah, so obviously a lot of this is just grass, and that looks like cotton actually right there, some of that. But I need to get a farmer or somebody. Here's an example of one of those rocks just peeking up out of the ground. Looks like that one's been hit by a mower a couple of times. Yeah. Is that cotton? Or is that... No, that's not cotton. Whatever it is. Those are just little seeds. So I'm not from cotton country. You can see more boulders just peeking up out of the ground all over. So yeah, I'd like to reclaim all of this as pasture so that my horse or horses, maybe a dairy cow, I don't want to pay for feed if I can sustain them myself. More boulders. All looks... Yeah, there's some pink stuff there. Yeah, it's not bedrock. These have got to be deposited by the glaciers 1,000 years ago or whatever. Thousands of years ago. This one is really layered. It looks like sedimentary, maybe a shale, slate, something. I don't know. But that would probably split really nice if I wanted to make some pavers out of it. See, this stuff here, This is what I'm talking about. Imagine if I could just split that right there, and then split it right there, and split it right there, or better yet, get a massive saw, or take it to someplace. I don't know what kind of a tractor it would take to lift this sucker up, but yeah, I just would absolutely love to have a floor made out of that stuff. I don't know how feasible it'll be to have a floor with that stuff in it, because I'm thinking about doing wood heat with maybe a radiant, with the glycol PEX running through the slab. I don't know if that would work if I put stone on top of the slab, or how. I don't know if you guys got any ideas. There's some more junk. There's an old computer monitor, mattress, and some styrofoam. Now, the styrofoam coolers, there's a whole wall full of styrofoam coolers, probably from the butcher. Somebody took an elk or a deer or bear, who knows, moose, whatever, and they hand out all the food or the meat in these coolers. There's a whole lot of coolers in that shop. Looks like there's my pond. I don't know how well that'll show up. Let me try to get a good look at it. So that pond has been dug out with an excavator. You can see, maybe you can see there's like a 90 degree right there. So more what you could call pasture or meadow, sort of like maybe an acre or less, going off in that direction. Or reaching the end of the trees, going off in this direction. So there's an easy way to get through here. Nice little Christmas tree in a year. So as we head off in this direction, it's going to get wet. So I don't know what can be done with. They call it meadow. I think it's wetland. I think that's why they put that pond there, to drain some of this stuff. Hope there's no bears this time of year. Traipsing all over creation. I have no idea what's back here. There's a little bit of trash over here. Probably not going to mess with it until I have a tractor, when I can just, fill the loader with all this stuff. Now, I'll try to get you a little bit of a shot over there. So that's what they're billing as pasture, or meadow they call it. So I haven't been through this tree stand here, or this stand of trees, so I haven't gotten a really good look at it yet. I've got the satellite imagery, of course, so got the rough overview. Need to get me a machete. Never gonna have a shortage of kindling, that's for damn sure. Yeah, so here it's getting wet. See a little bit of ice and snow. Got a lot of reeds, it looks like, cattails. Let's see how far I can get through this. So, I got a few trees over there I could do something with. A lot of moss. Here's some guns popping off. I don't know if we're quite into hunting season yet. But, yeah. I don't know what I can do with all that. It's a nice view, sort of. Wouldn't mind having a, I don't know, maybe a tree stand over here. One nice hardwood there, another one there. Or maybe I could get something into one of those. I don't know if those are pine or fir. Looks like there's a couple different ones. But definitely over there we've got some good candidates for some tree stands. But I'm not sure how many. I imagine deer. I've seen deer. I've seen turkey. That's all I've really seen so far, as far as stuff to hunt. I've heard that there's just about everything around here, but we've yet to see. Well, I'm going to cut it here, crawl out of here without having to focus on where the camera's pointed, and I'll head back up to the shop barn and maybe give you a better look up there. So on my way back, I took a slightly different route, and I have a little bit of a frozen stream, creek, I don't know, but this is part of the wetlands, and it looks like there's a tire, 55-gallon drum. I don't know if that's some kind of animal coop, like maybe rabbits or something. And I think that is a refrigerator. I'm not totally sure. Another tire there. But yeah, a little bit of dumping going on back here. So again, I have to get a tractor through here and get all that junk out. Just thought I'd show that to you on my way back. I just thought I'd get a quick shot since the snowflakes just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, it looks like I will be able to have a fire tonight. There's a fire pit not far from here. I'd make a nice Christmas tree. Well, that's all I wanted to show you in this clip.